Welcome back, viewers, to Careers Bistro. My name is Monique Adams, and today we have a jam-packed show lineup just for you guys. In our car interview, we have Albin Jacobs, who is the head of campus from all the way from STADIO Namibia. So enjoy the interview, and this time we're gonna get to know more about STADIO and a bit about Albin Jacobs. So enjoy. Welcome back, viewers, to Careers Bistro. My name is Monique Adams, and as you can see, we're here in the car and we're joined here by Albin Jacobs, who is the head of campus all the way from STADIO Namibia. So how are you feeling today?
Well, I'm doing okay. It's the middle of the week, so
are you excited? Like, I'm gonna drive you around?
Well, I'm looking forward
to it,
to the drive. And I'm looking forward also to speaking to the viewers, and I hope we can share some useful information with them.
Yes, always. So you're the head of the STADIO Namibia campus. So what does let's just, before we get into STADIO, have like a brief background of like yourself, like where you were born and raised, and educational background as well.
Okay, I was born in the south, in Marintal, but I grew up in Windhoek, in Commersdal. Proud to be a Commersdaler. I matriculated in Commersdal at David Besaidnout High School. Okay. And after that, I studied at the University of Western Cape, and then I studied at the University of Namibia. I hold a master's degree in political science from University of Namibia.
Oh, wow. And
then I also hold a master's degree in project planning and management from the University of Bradford in the UK. And then I hold a doctorate of business administration from International School of Management in Paris.
Wow.
So in terms of a little bit of my background, I've worked in government for about 10 years. After that, I worked at the Namibia University of Science and Technology for about 13 years, and I'm currently with STADIO for the last 8 years.
Oh, so, wow. Truly an academic and cultured man.
I don't know about the cultured part, but yes, I've worked in higher education for the last, say, 20 years.
Okay, wow.
Mostly on the side of business development, but I do a bit of teaching and
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's start with STADIO. What is STADIO all about?
Well, in the last few years, the higher education framework and environment in South Africa in particular, and particularly the private higher education sector has changed quite a bit.
Yes.
Quite a number of larger private higher education organizations emerged. And STADIO is one of those institutions. It is a private higher education institution that was built out of the amalgamation of about 7 different private higher education institutions.
Wow.
At the moment, that STADIO Holdings is the holding company. It's a stock-listed company on the Joburg Stock Exchange. And they own all these private higher education institutions, but 4 of them have been amalgamated at the moment into STADIO Higher Education. That includes Southern Business School, with which the Namibian audience is quite familiar with. That includes Prestige College in South Africa also, and it includes the 2 other institutions.
Yeah.
So, which is Embury and Lysof, which Lysof is a fashion school. So, and out of this, so the idea is that out of all of this, we are building this much larger private higher education institution. In South Africa, we have a number of campuses. I think there are around 40 now, 2 of which will be mega campuses. The one that has already started to function is the one in Centurion. So what we are doing at the moment is that we are building this private higher education institution that will offer full-time and part-time studies as well as distance education.
Okay.
In Namibia, the Southern Business School footprint that we've had and that we have changed into the STADIO footprint here in Namibia has always been a distance
yes.
mode of providing higher education. So for the Namibian context, we are basically a private higher education institution that offers quite a range of qualifications from higher certificates up to doctoral degrees on a distance mode.
Okay.
So I think in a nutshell, that's us.
That's what STADIO is all about.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So like, just like any other institution, with COVID happening, it really hit us all hard. So for STADIO, what was one of the challenges you guys have faced, and how have you overcome that specific challenge?
You see, I think for everybody, in higher education particularly, the big challenge was getting everybody to move online.
Yeah.
And to engage more with technology. I think that has been the problem for most higher education institutions, and also for STADIO. We were at the advantageous position that we've always done distance education.
Yeah.
We've done quite a bit already in terms of offering things supported with technology. We've had the portals, we've had the online libraries. All these things were already there. But still, we had to get our students to a point where they started to engage more with technology. Because now assessments were all online. That is your summative assessments as well as your assessments throughout the semester.
Yes.
Everything was now online, and that took a bit of doing, getting our students to get used to that. And I think that was our biggest challenge. The rest, everything was there already. It was more getting our students to engage more with technology.
Yes.
And I think over the last 2 years, we've achieved that. But it did put a lot of strain on the students, because suddenly there are different costs involved. There's cost for bandwidth, there's cost for a better technology in terms of the equipment they need, the devices they need, and so on. So all of those things, I think it has put some strain on our students, it has put strain on us, and of course that translates into strain in the relationship between the student and the institution, because suddenly there's changes in that relationship. So, and of course, I think also because of the financial strain that COVID put on a lot of our students, that strain has also been transferred to the institution. So I think that has been our biggest challenges as far as I can see up to now. And I hope we are towards the end of this challenge with COVID. But those are the challenges that I think emerged for us.
Yeah, but with challenges, after every storm there is a rainbow.
Definitely, yeah, looking forward.
Yeah, so for STADIO, what has been one of the achievements, you being part of the STADIO family so far, what has been one of the highlights?
I think personally, for me, the fact that we were able to adapt very fast. As I said, we've had most of it in place, but in terms of the technology, we were able to adapt very fast to assist our students and to facilitate learning in this new environment.
Yes.
And I think that, for me, is our biggest achievement. And I hope that the lessons that we've learned out of this and providing our students with a more technology-supported learning environment, I think I hope that is what we can pull through out of COVID into the future, or the new normal that people are talking about.
Yeah.
Because I think it creates a lot of opportunity. It allows people really to engage more with each other through technology, engage as students, engage with lecturers, but also to engage with the institution for alternative forms of support, whether it is administrative or academic. And I hope and I believe that is the biggest lesson that we've learned, and I sincerely hope that we can pull this through into the future.
Exactly. Lovely motivational words from Mr. Jacobs. So STADIO, where do you hope to see STADIO in the next 5 years? I don't want to just keep it to 5 years, and because you can even say 10 years, 20 years, the goals are always the same, but let's just keep it to 5 years. So in the next 5 years, where do you hope to see STADIO Namibia?
I hope that we will be able to grow in the next 5 years to a point where we have at least 5,000 students. That has always been my dream, to grow the institution to that point. And I hope that we can do this through the introduction of new programs that are more relevant for the Namibian environment.
Yeah.
And that is also more Namibianized, particularly developed for the Namibian environment. And I think that's really what I want to get at. We have, over the last few years, we've grown the institution to a point where we can now offer qualifications up to a doctorate level. So we've done that, we've achieved that. And it's now about consolidating and growing the institution. Because particularly for private higher education institutions, it is really an achievement to be able to be allowed to offer qualifications at the doctorate level.
Yes.
And we've also introduced qualifications in the field of law as a new field, and I hope this is what we can also grow in the next five years, so that we offer more qualifications in that field at higher levels, and that we can have a fully fledged law program in the institution from the higher certificate hopefully up to doctorate level qualification. So I really hope that our growth will also develop to include programs that are currently offered through our sister programs. Like now we've started to introduce education, which was traditionally offered by one of the companies that was amalgamated into STADIO, which was Embry Higher Education. So these institutions had their credentials, they've had the experience, and this is what we can still offer.
Yes.
People must understand that nothing really changed to the quality in terms of our offering. And that's what I hope we will achieve in the next 5 years, to really consolidate this new institution called STADIO Higher Education, offer more qualifications from within the group to the Namibian population.
Yes.
And I really hope that we can also, in the next 5 years, really show people what distance education can bring to them and allow them to achieve. Because I think this old perception that people had about distance education, that you get a little packet in the mail and you are on your own, I think with technology today that has changed completely.
Yes.
There's a lot more support, there's a lot more interaction, there's a lot more aid that is provided and assistance that is provided to the students. And I think that a lot of people need to see that picture to really get it. And I think for me, I would love for us to be the premier distance education provider in the private sector in the Namibian environment.
Yes, amazing stuff. So exams are coming up, or people are busy with exams, and as I mentioned earlier, it is a difficult time. But what word of advice would you give, that specific learner or student that's watching this video, to keep on just pushing through these difficult times? Word of advice for them?
It's important, when it comes to assessments, it's important to be prepared. That's the critical issue. But I think it's also very important for our students to read instructions. Not only the exam instructions that you get at the exams, but also the documentation that is sent to you with regards to examinations before the exam starts. Because this is the guidelines that you will need to understand what will be expected of you in the exams, particularly around the technology, how to access the portals for the exams, how to get into your examination, and how to conduct the exam itself. So these are the things. There's a lot of documentation going out at the moment to advise students how to get prepared and how to be ready. What will they need? How will they need to do this and that? And I think this is what they really need to read. It is absolutely critical. It will save them time. It will save them a lot of trouble if they just read what is expected of them. And then, of course, in terms of the exam itself, particularly with online exams, there's a little bit more time, and I think students should really optimize their time. But it doesn't mean that you, because it's an online exam, that you can treat it just like an open book exam. You still need to be prepared. I always tell people an open book exam or an online exam of this nature is more difficult because we go into the exam thinking that it will be easier.
You underestimate
it. And that's the challenge. The thing is, you still need to study, you still need to be prepared. And that's the critical element of any examination.
That's right. All nice motivational and advice from, the academic man, Albin Jacobs. But we have come to the end of our car interview. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing all about STADIO Namibia.
Thank you. So it was a pleasure, and I really also appreciate the opportunity to speak to our students and to our listeners out there.
Yes, guys, there you have it. So if you are interested in being part of STADIO Namibia, don't hesitate to go on their website. You are on Google, you are on Facebook.
Yes, we are on Facebook, we are STADIO Namibia, and on Instagram we are STADIO Namibia, formerly SBS.
There you have it, guys, and you will see all the great fields they offer, qualifications they offer, so please make sure you check them out. And so yeah, that's it. So love and light from myself, Monique Adams, and Albin Jacobs. So goodbye, guys, for now.
Thank you. Goodbye.
But now we head over to STADIO Namibia. Yes, we are not done with them just yet. We have two individuals that are going to speak about their journey getting their doctorate qualification all the way from STADIO Namibia. So enjoy the video.
My name is John Mukoya, and my journey with SBS started in the year 2001, where I acquired my honors degree in management. And eventually, after 6 years, I got an advanced diploma in labor law and employment relations with the same school. I've acquired a master's degree in 2017 in management. With the introduction of the doctorate in management, I've now joined again to study for the doctorate in management.
My name is Kennedy Mabuk. I'm a doctorate student. I started with SBS since 2012. I did my bachelor degree in policy and practice, my honors degree, and my master's degree was policy and practice in 2018. Now I'm currently doing a doctorate degree with STADIO.
Well guys, TikTok, I know it's that time where I say my goodbyes, but I hope you enjoyed today's show. It was filled with interesting individuals, interesting places, and I hope you found it very insightful. Well, it's a Friday, I need to love and leave you guys. Enjoy your weekend, take care, see you guys again next week. Friday, same time, different place, different people, and different vibes. Bye.